I'm a great fan of the sparring and the fight, but he's not going to beat Tyson moving like running. He got to eventually fight sometime in the fight.
You'll approach it differently to how Joshua approached Usyk?
Yeah, I think he will.
Mike Tyson has made a surprise move as he plans to team up with Oleksandr Usyk in the final days before the rematch. Well, what that likely means is that he'll be more involved in Oleksandr Usyk's team and would possibly be in his corner ahead of the fight. However, there was some relief when it was revealed that the sanctioning bodies made this order, and Mike Tyson's role is more of an official role in Oleksandr Usyk's corner. Nonetheless, no boxer would have a man as great as the baddest man on the planet come around him in any capacity and not get inspired. We saw this with the former heavyweight champion of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, where a fighter who was making his boxing debut went as far as almost knocking out a world champion.
Champion of the world. You like Mr. Francis Ngannou.
Hence, it doesn't matter whose side Mike Tyson is on, as long as he's playing an official role with Oleksandr Usyk that might be a big influence on him. Mike Tyson, talking about Oleksandr Usyk last month, called him the best heavyweight in the world, not just for bagging the belts, but for his skills, techniques, athleticism, footwork, and intelligence.
Yeah, he's a different kind of fighter than AJ. You know, he's more consistent. He's going to be more consistent on the guy. AJ almost stopped him with body punches.
Oleksandr Usyk stands tall above many fighters, and even Mike Tyson acknowledged that. What's going to be more complicated for the baddest man on the planet is the fact that Iron Mike Tyson is choosing heart over mind as he casts his ballot for the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk rematch, as he backs the Gypsy King to win the World Boxing Association, World Boxing Organization, and World Boxing Council belts on December 21st for one very strange reason.
Mike, do you think Tyson Fury could avenge Usyk?
Yeah.
Any particular advice for him?
Take it serious.
The 58-year-old is 1 month on from being beaten by Jake Paul at the Atant Stadium in a fight he lost via split decision in his first professional fight since 2005, and now he turns his attention to the major heavyweight clash of the year. Tyson backs the British fighter to become a champion for the third time in his career on Saturday night by stopping the Ukrainian and to avenge his loss when they fought for undisputed status back in May. However, Tyson's motive is sentimental. Usyk is the best heavyweight in the world at the moment, Tyson said of the cat as per the Mirror, but I'm going for Fury to beat him. Why? Because I'm a fan. Because his father gave him my name. I'm not abandoning him now.
Punches, you know? You throwing him in the body, you hurt him. AJ was hurting him with body punches, but he wasn't doing it consistent enough.
How long do you think Tyson Fury can reign for, Mike?
And like a good protege, Tyson Fury will please Mike Tyson after vowing not to clown around in his rematch against Oleksandr Usyk. The British fighter will have the chance to claim 3 of the 4 heavyweight belts. Daniel Dubois now holds the International Boxing Federation title when he faces Usyk again in Saudi Arabia next Saturday, December 21st. Fury, 36, lost a close points decision in May, the first loss of his professional career. The early rounds of the fight saw the Gypsy King showboat before Usyk took charge, almost stopping his rival in the 9th round. Fury's antics didn't sit well with Mike Tyson, who felt the fight was lost in the early rounds. Tyson Fury's body transformation for Oleksandr Usyk fight surprises boxing fans. Asked for his thoughts on the rematch, Iron Mike told Fox Sports Radio, Tyson Fury could have won that fight if he wasn't playing around early in the fight.
It was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, the Usyk fight. A lot easier. People saying, oh, he's a hard man to hit. I was lighting him up 3 or 4 punch combinations, laughing at him. My problem in that fight.
Pressed on whether he thought Fury would win the rematch, Mike reiterated, I want him to be serious enough. Fury has indeed promised to ditch the theatrics, insisting he will be more focused and won't mess around when he faces the Ukrainian hero again. Via the Associated Press, Fury said, I'll just throw more this time. Keep hitting him in the face more often than I did last time. I'm just going to box smart, box clever, and if I catch him, get him out of there. Pretty similar to what I did last time, a little bit less clowning around and a bit more focus, and that's it, really.
I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. as it would seem, my rematch.
I did more clowning than anybody in any high-level fights ever done. It's taken my focus away as well, so maybe a little less clowning and more focus on the actual victory. I was messing around too much there. However, in terms of his preparation, nothing has changed for Fury, who was happy with his training camp before the first fight. He said, "He got the decision, a split decision, a cat's whisker. If I would have got the decision, great. He got the decision, fantastic. There's not much to say, is there? Am I going to change everything in my camp because I lost a split decision? Hell no."
With people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch, so I'm envisaging.
Back in May, Mike Tyson was asked about his pick ahead of the match between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury once he and Jake Paul were done with their first press conference.
I'm gonna look forward to that fight. That's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just gonna overpower him. He's gonna catch up with him and overpower him.
Mike Tyson, being fully aware of what it takes to step into the ring and partake in huge heavyweight clashes with so much on the line, made his comments even if things turned out entirely different. The former world champion was in the arena watching when Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk met with all 4 world titles up for grabs, with Oleksandr Usyk eventually winning the fight by split decision. Fury and Usyk were originally due to face off on February 17th, but the Morecambe-born fighter was forced to withdraw after suffering a cut above his eye in sparring.
I think I could be wrong. Little guys are difficult to fight because they're harder to hit, because they're smaller. He runs a lot, he moves a lot. Tyson's probably going to have a few rounds to deal with his movements.
And speaking to a reputable news source, Iron Mike Tyson gave his prediction for the fight and broke down how he believes it will go. He said, "Hey, we should not focus on what Fury did against Ngannou, but you have to understand that he is still the champion." He made that night a great night. He gave Francis the opportunity, and that was just a bad night at the office for him. We all have bad nights, and listen, that was his bad night. I look forward to that fight, Fury versus Usyk. That is going to be an interesting fight, Mike Tyson said. I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just going to overpower him. He's going to catch up with him and overpower him.
To deal with his movements, but he's very difficult to fight. Very difficult, very smart, very fast.
I gotta go with Fury. I think he's the best fighter in the world, especially in the heavyweight division. Great fighters lose, great fighters look bad. That doesn't stop them from being great fighters. Perhaps it will be very contradictory for Mike Tyson to be in Usyk's team and support Fury, but his support for Fury remains because of how much inspiration Fury got from him. It's no news that the former undisputed world heavyweight champion has inspired the reigning World Boxing Council champion Tyson Fury to become the champion he is today. The baddest man on the planet had a big impact on Tyson Fury's life, and it's become a casual fact to the hardcore boxing fans and even the less passionate ones that Tyson Fury's father, John Fury, named the Gypsy King after the boxing legend.
It's just sort of, we're brought up, the only thing we want to do is fight, which is why I become a boxer.
Yeah. You were named after Mike.
Named after Mike, yes.
Until date, Tyson Fury has great respect for Iron Mike Tyson and takes inspiration from him as well. To portray how impressive the relationship between the pair is, Fury had once responded to an X post asking who would win between himself and Tyson, who Fury is named after, and he kept it classy. Like Mike Tyson already said, it doesn't matter who you think wins as I'm named after him, so he already has one, Fury tweeted. A baby named after the champ? The baby becomes the champ? Wow! And this is not the first time Fury has spoken in admiration of Tyson. As he previously told the Ring magazine, a lot of people underestimate Mike Tyson's speed as well. Yes, it was the speed that was coming. It wasn't like the one punch. What single slow punch?
Look at that. Tell him what happens in the Usyk fight.
Oh, be it yourself. All these fights. Look, how about me and Mike on the same camera together? I'm named after this guy.
It was fast and it was coming left up, right up, down, side to side. It was coming from all angles and he was very ferocious and speedy, and he could knock a man out with either hand, as we have seen. And the fear factor as well. A lot of people going into the boxing ring were already beaten by Mike Tyson, and the baddest man on the planet has in similar fashion returned the compliment in the past, saying in an interview, Tyson Fury proved over and over again that he's the best. Tyson Fury is the champ, the reigning champ, and is going to be the champ for a long time, if he chooses to be, unless we get some new guy up.
My dad was a professional boxer in the late 80s, early 90s, heavyweight, and his hero was you.
Really?
So when I was born August the 12th, 1988...
On another occasion, the Gypsy King uploaded of a screenshot of him and his son enjoying a video chat with the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history with the caption, "Gypsy Prince loves Uncle Mike Tyson." And while the normal trend is for legends to have special messages and words of advice for their proteges and other boxers of this generation who look up to them, it's taken a different twist this time, as a protege is the one with the message for his idol this time.
Here he is, my main man. This is him, the man I'm naming so much. The best heavyweight in his era. This best young man ever born. Michael Tyson.
Tyson Fury disclosed this in an interview, where he was asked about the upcoming bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. But before this interview, he had also talked about the matchup in a previous interview, which he came under fire for. Earlier, when Fury was asked about his thoughts on the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, Fury claimed he saw the fight as a unique opportunity for the sport to attract a broader audience. Speaking to The Stomping Ground, Fury expressed his support for the spectacle, acknowledging the significance of having a boxing legend like Tyson face off against a YouTube sensation like Paul.
Boxing or Jake Paul shouldn't be boxing. Good luck to them. They're both going to make what I call a shit ton of money out of it. So isn't that what it's about?
80,000 fans, I mean, what a spectacle it'll be.
Fury remarked, "You've got a legend in Mike Tyson. You've got a YouTube boxer. He has come into the game and blew it up, and he's got millions of followers and millions of views and millions of eyes. Good, bad, or indifferent. Some people love him, some people hate him. So I think it's a really good spectacle for boxing. Brings a lot of people to the game." As for the upcoming matchup, the closer the fight night, the more we realize so much more is at stake.
I'm here to win for knockout. No difficulty. No. Easy. Easy work. Brilliant.
Alexander.
Easy. He ain't no Alexander. I'm Alexander.
When promoters toss out the idea that Oleksandr Usyk Tyson Fury II will be a better fight than their first matchup, you should raise an eyebrow. The first fight was spectacular and would be difficult to top under any circumstance. Usyk is 37 and into his 6th year of taking punches from men significantly bigger than he is. Fury is 35 and has exposed his body to various extreme weight gains and cuts, along with Deontay Wilder's flush right hand.
I'm like Samson now, grew a beard, straps. Thank you guys, good luck, all the best.
Tyson.
If you're a fan and not a promoter, approaching Usyk Fury 2 with caution rather than pure hype is a better tactic. Though age operates at a steady pace, its effects do not. We never know quite how far any fighter stands from the cliff of their athletic abilities, even operators as skilled as Fury and Usyk. And we are only aware of the punishment a fighter takes in the most public rings. How hard and often they are struck in sparring remains a question mark.
Not in a million years will I walk away after this.
You're not finished.
No way. But what I'm going to do to him is going to be that bad of a beating on Saturday night, he ain't going to want to have a trilogy.
Josh Taylor is 33 years old. In his 18th professional fight, he beat Jose Ramirez in 2021 to obtain the undisputed junior welterweight championship. Just 3 years later, he looked stiff and slow in the ring in his rematch with Jack Catterall, a tin man who was beyond the help of an oil can. Was it the weight cut? The years of alcohol and drug consumption taking their toll? Was he just old? Then you have Erislandy Lara, who remains a world title holder at 41. Or look to the heavyweights. Through the end of 2022, Deontay Wilder appeared close enough to the peak of his powers.
Saudi National TV, please. One question. What's your message to your fans for Saudi?
See you all Saturday night.
Thank you so much.
Getting stopped by Fury the second time didn't stop him from wiping away Robert Helenius with an almost invisible right hand. But then Wilder looked shot against Joseph Parker and worse against Zhilei Zhang. Wilder clobbering Helenius sure didn't seem like an indication that his end was coming, but there it was. Anthony Joshua, though only 34, may be shot too. He looked better and better through wins over Jermaine Franklin, Helenius, Otto Wallin, and Francis Ngannou.
And I'm hoping there's going to be a trilogy, because all great dance partners have trilogies. It's facts. But what I'm going to do to him, he won't want a trilogy.
Suddenly, he was a shell of himself against Daniel Dubois, even before eating the enormous right hand that hastened his demise at the end of round 1. How he'll look next time out is anyone's guess, age is a sneaky antagonist. Knowing it's there doesn't mean you know when it'll grab hold of you. It comes for different people at different times. Some seem curiously immune until, all at once, they are as susceptible as everyone else. Boxing, which adds the element of constant head trauma, accelerates and complicates the equation. Take no fighter for granted.
We need to put Usyk in this phone call.
Hello, freak!
Hello.
Hello! How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Fury and Usyk have remained fully elite through their most recent fight, besides Fury's tussle with Francis Ngannou anyway, but that could change at any moment. In their first fight, both men looked like the best versions of themselves in just about every area, with one notable exception: Fury's punch resistance. It was surprising to see on Reddit, perhaps not the best place to review boxing opinions, that a number of fans had dismissed the idea of Usyk's devastating salvo in the 9th round, further weakening Fury's chin.
I'm very Phil.
Don't leave him alone.
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
I'm very afraid.
I win again.
No, you lose
No way.
again.
No way.
This was the first time Fury had lost his leg so badly. Usyk landing clean left hands on Fury, while the Gypsy King's eyes were rolling back in his head. On top of that, certainly couldn't have had any positive impact on him. In the rematch, it's entirely possible that Fury will be wobbled earlier and by a less vicious punch than what damaged him in the 9th round in May. Usyk's condition isn't a given either. Though he won the first fight, he took more of a beating than he has in any of his other heavyweight fights. Maybe more than in any of his professional fights, period.
Talks. It's only talks. Listen. We'll see. It's God's will. It will be great fight. I feel good. What I feel I win.
Word on the street is that Usyk has been dropped badly in sparring at least twice, but sparring is sparring, Adam Noble Forsey wrote on Boxing Scene before the first fight. Again, sparring, a side of boxing no less damaging despite its invisibility to the fans. How much damage did Usyk take in this training camp? Is he still ahead of the punch that will send him into steep decline? Or has Fury thrown that punch already? Has a sparring partner?
He have a lot of mistake in the first fight. Now he know his mistake. No dancing anymore.
No dancing anymore.
It's my dancing. After fight,
Hoping for a better fight in the rematch isn't completely unrealistic, but hoping for better conditioned versions of either fighter may be. Usyk can do a better job evading uppercuts. Fury can protect his chin more effectively from distance, but it is hard to imagine better punch resistance or gas tanks in the rematch.
I go to my gym. I'm training. I'm prepared every time.
Let's see. Tyson, focus.
Ideally, Usyk and Fury are roughly on pace with each other in their declines. Fury's younger age might have been canceled out by the effects of repeated cocaine use and weight fluctuation, plus a half dozen clean Wilder right hands or something like that. But one fighter could suddenly prove a shot. Both could. Adjust your expectations and standards accordingly. If Fury can no longer take a punch, given the furious shots he's absorbed over the past several years, we can hardly be surprised. If Usyk's extraordinary stamina is gone, let it be proof that heavyweight boxers are not meant to dance as well as he does into the shadow of their 4th decade.
I'm very Phil. Hello, Riyadh. I'm happy to be here again, Mr. Turki. Thank you so much. See you 24th December. I'm ready to fight.
We can still criticize. Both fighters now know what to expect from the other and should be able to neutralize what gave them trouble in the first fight. If Usyk rushes forward in a straight line after the opening bell and gets iced by an uppercut, there'll be no arguing that he should be spared from any negative feedback, though there'll be some worry about his well-being. But we shouldn't be willfully ignorant of the possibility that one or both fighters might be a shadow of themselves this time around. All the fighters can do is show up on December 21st with everything they have left.
We just had Tyson Fury a few minutes ago, and he promised His Highness that he was going to knock you out on round number 13. What do you have to say about that?
It's suspected that Fury will receive the sharper rebukes if he is shot. By all accounts, Usyk lives like a monk while Fury, well, dabbles in extracurricular pleasures? Getting thrown out of a pub after his first fight with Usyk does not bode well for his conditioning. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.